Authors Tell All, a podcast by Shy Soul. She's bringing you author interviews, book discussions, and more. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, we are live again, but this time we are with author Pamesh. She is here to talk about her books, what it's like being an author, and more. Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, very well.
That's good to hear. Now, I'm going to say this for everybody to hear. Guys, she is nervous. She has no reason to be nervous. This is the most sweetest host you can ever have. Now that we cleared that out the way, let's clear all the nerves, bringing that good energy, and have a nice book discussion and a nice talk. How does that sound?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Now, I just want to start to say I love her work. Her work is amazing. She's a phenomenal woman. How many books have you published so far?
I don't know. I don't keep count. I know I'm over 20.
Nice. My goal is that very soon enough. I'm not going to say very soon, but that is a goal of mine. I'm just going to wait it out and work it out, because having 20 books, that's goals as an author. Now, what is Pam's Land? I want to ask you this live on the show.
Pam's Land is everything Pamesh. I used to be signed to a publisher, and shortly after my birthday, I decided to step out on faith, and Pam's Land is going to be the company that I self-publish under.
Oh, that's lovely. I like it. I really like it. Now, what book do you want to talk about tonight? Because you have so many, and I would love for you to choose. Like, what is your most favorite? Let's start with that.
My most favorite book that I've written so far is As It's a Breeze. I've sold into marriage, that entire series. I have My Savior, My Savage, and Murderous Ambition.
The one that really caught me is Murderous Ambitions. Let's talk on that. That sounds like an epic book.
So Murderous Ambitions is about three sisters and their mom. And they're event planners. So I drew that from real life because I used to be an event planner. But they're also contract killers, so they use their event planning service as a cover for their contract killing.
Now that's different.
And one of the sisters, she's actually married to a police detective. And she's investigating the crimes that her and her sisters and her mom have committed.
Wow. Now,
that is his life.
I read that. That's something I would really read. Because the way you're describing it and telling us, it just sounds like nothing you've ever heard before.
It was a different write for me. Like, it wasn't urban, it wasn't romance, it wasn't any of that. It was more mystery, suspense mixed with some blood, guts, and gore. But my favorite author is James Patterson and Stephen King. So for me, this book was like a combination of what I like to read from them.
I'm into it. Really am into it. Now, tell us about the main character. How was her role so impactful to write for this book?
Bree, she's that big sister, motherly type.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad was a contract killer himself, and he married all of his daughters to other killers that called themselves the Four Horsemen. He was the leader of a group called the Four Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
So she learned everything from her dad and her husband, who if I tell you what happened to the husband, it kind of tells the book, but the husband is no longer in the picture, and that's how she ended up married to the cop. But she's always the one that keeps her head on straight when everybody else wants to explode. Like, she's a strong person.
That's something. I'm over here kind of baffled because I wasn't expecting you to say that the dad was a contract killer too, and then he married his daughters to other contract killers. Now, I wasn't expecting that. That would have had me want to text you like, what are you saying? I'm that type of reader. Because I love action, and everything you're telling me in this book is just making me want to get it even more.
Well, right now, all of my books are down from Amazon because I'm going to revamp and republish them under Pamesh. So it will be back up soon.
Oh, just let me know, because as soon as you send me I'm just going to buy it. As soon as I say it's up, I'm buying it. And plus, I love paperbacks. I absolutely love paperbacks because I love to, smell the new book smell and hold what a author wrote. I love that. I like ebooks, but I just love paperbacks. So just let me know when it's available on paperback, and I'm ordering that first thing. Now, I also see that it was available in an audiobook too.
Yes, it was available in audiobook.
Now, I'm going to say this. Out of all this time of me having so many urban authors on my page and everything, I've clicked on their books and bought some of their books as well. I've never seen them with the audiobook for their book. I like that as well because, when you're reading a book, you want to have that visual of it as if it's a movie, and to have the audiobook along with the paperback, that's just a perfect match. So I applaud you for doing that for your book, having that done for your book, period.
And it's different to hear someone act out like what your teachers are saying. So it was definitely a good investment, I would say.
Because I really wanted, actually, to have one of my books with the audiobook. Because the way I write is I want my readers to get the visual, and to picture what I'm writing. That's exactly how I write. So I could just tell by the book that giving it an audiobook was a perfect way to go. Now, do you plan on having other audio books for all your books, or just some?
Just some.
Just some. Why is that?
Well, because certain books are novellas or short stories.
And
they're just, I write those for ideas that are in my head, but I don't see myself writing a full-length book for.
Okay. Totally understandable. Now, in 2019, since you're going to be publishing your books under your own name, your own company, What will you be dabbling in? Will you be dabbling in any other genres, maybe?
Yes. I'm not the one genre author. I mean, none of my books that were currently out could ever just be categorized as romance or urban. You know, I've written, what do you call it, multiracial. Is that the correct Amazon term for it? I've written that. I dabbled a little bit in horror. So for me, I don't ever want to stick to just one genre. My imagination at times goes to the left. So it's not, I couldn't just be boxed in.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am. I love writing different genres as well. I really want to, like you said, you love horror authors, Stephen King, and I do too, but to a certain extent. So I too much wouldn't write horror. I would write paranormal because it's a little bit mild for me. Even though I like writing gore, that's just a perfect suitable genre for me. Horror, I would have to go into another mindset, even though my mind is very creative and yours is very creative too, especially if you can go into different genres without a problem. Yeah, I just say go for it. I love when an author says they want to do different genres. Now, go ahead. Sorry.
It gives you a different, it challenges you. And I'm all about the challenge.
Me too. Me too as well. Now, would you write paranormal?
I would write paranormal.
Mm-hmm. Because
I haven't explored it yet.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's something I can do.
Most definitely, because if you dabbled in horror and how creative your mind is, you can definitely come up with a different storyline, not just werewolf or vampire or anything like that, but you can come up with a different storyline that will really grasp your readers, even though like that would be your first and you're introducing it to your readers. That will really grasp them because of your way and your style of writing. Now, as of your style of writing, what is like your routine when you write? Do you like close off? Do you have you some tea, some nice snacks, music? What's your routine as an author in writing?
My routine, it depends on what I'm writing, but it always includes horror movies. Like, I have to have a horror movie on. I don't care what movie it is. I've seen a movie 1,000 times. The book that I'm currently working on right now, I have Halloween on repeat. Halloween is my favorite horror movie. And it's just all, like, every single Halloween movie ever made is on repeat. Even though the book is not scary or anything like that, the movie that currently has my attention. And when the movie moves my attention, I move over to music. And I love all music except polka. So I'm listening to everything.
I like that. That routine is similar to mine. I have all my music, I refuse to listen to country. I'm sorry. Country or rock, anything like that. I can't handle that. But my music is R&B, a little hip-hop if it's... I used to listen to music that coincides what I'm writing. That's a big factor with me writing. I'm always listening to music. It has to really go with my story and the storyline or that chapter. And I'll be really into it. And that really helps me pump out more than just one chapter for that night. Yeah. So, you have been writing for a while now. Is there any advice you would give to new upcoming authors?
Well, I'm still a newbie. I've only been writing for a year. But I would tell anybody that's first coming into the game, stay true to yourself. it's easy to get boxed in, but especially if you sign with a publisher, it's easy to get boxed into what sells or what they feel you should write because it's the current trend. And, you know, stay true to yourself. Make sure you read everything, especially the contracts that you sign.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to find yourself unhappy with what you have going on. That'll diminish your ability to write quickly.
That is very true. I say the same thing. It's very important to do your research into what you're getting into, because you don't want to fall into something and then you just feel stuck. You feel like you can't get out of this contract, or you feel like you wasn't even ready to publish a book and you just feel so overwhelmed. I made sure that I wasn't going to go through that. I made sure that I was prepared and ready for what I was getting into, because the urban industry is something. That's a lot to take in as a writer and to, you know, get used to. Now, you said you have been writing for a year. How do you feel about the urban industry?
Talking about the drama and, you know, how hard it is to get ahead and the whole favoritism type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel that the industry is big enough that you can make your own path.
That is true.
You don't want to be sucked into drama that don't involve you. Like, I'm a big proponent of, I'm going to stay in my lane. If it drifts into my lane, then I'll deal with it. But I'm not going to radically exert myself. Do I see you talking about such and such? You know, I'm not going to insert myself into that.
Right. That's true. That's exactly how I feel as well. Because what I meant by I prepared myself for this is I learned what I was getting into. And I had already knew of drama. Not all drama is in the urban industry, but some. And I just learned from when I first started writing before I was published. I just took that in very quickly. You know, everybody isn't going to be your friend. Everybody is not going to baby you. Everybody is just for themselves sometimes, you know. So, getting into this, I just made sure that I knew I was going to just be the one that just kept to myself. You know, I made sure to get out of my shyness, you know, so I could be able to communicate much better, because I was a very shy person. Communicate much better with authors, anything like that. But the ones that aren't like that and they just want to write their books and just be about the drama, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna ask you on your opinion. Is that marketing tactics? Is it because they're just like that in person? They just don't care. They just feel like they're the best and they're just arrogant. Like, what do you feel about that when you see those type of posts and then all of a sudden a lot of more people is geared towards their work? What would your opinion be on that?
I think it's a combination of both, but I really think it's more of a marketing tactic. Think about what sells outside of the industry per se. Look at TV. Almost every reality TV show you see has some element of drama to it. For example, The Real Housewives, Married to Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Those shows, Love and Hip Hop, it's ratchet, it's drama, who they fight, and who they talk about each other, but now they friends. It translate that over to the book world, in my opinion. Authors fighting among authors, fighting, fixing somebody's work, fighting with readers. People are attracted to drama, and drama is what sells. So the beat helps their sales. I wouldn't necessarily say it helps their image because it doesn't. It makes you look, like a crazy person, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But it does help your work sell because people are buying the drama that you're putting out there. Our book, our image, everything that we show a reader, it's just like if we were on a TV show. It's our character. And they fall in love with that. Ooh, they fall in love with what type of drama they got going on. People look for that.
Mm-hmm. That is the truth. Because I'm more of that type of woman who likes the 90s type of shows. I'm very much, I'm young, but I just love those. And I love the show Love Is on TV network. I love shows like that is showing what black people are actually like, and not the shows now that are, like you said, with the drama and just showing the negativity of African Americans and just all that we get stereotyped as. I hate shows like that. I wish that was never a thing, a recurring thing. I wish freaking live shows and reality TV shows never really existed, because it's so much drama and so much that these people, and half that stuff is very scripted. Some of that stuff, yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's a breakaway from whatever people have going on. It's like getting lost in a book by your favorite author. They're taking you to a different world that takes you away from what you have going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so popular. I don't have to think about my problems because at 8 o'clock on Monday night, I'm turning on Love and Hip Hop, and for the next hour, I get to sit there and judge other people's problems and judge their storylines or whatever else they got going on. And for that hour, I don't have to think about what's going on in my life, whether it's good or bad.
Yes, that's true. So you feel like you just said, you feel as if it's an escape for our reality from our reality, basically. Yeah, that's a very good point. Now, I didn't see it that way because every time I may watch it, like, I'm not going to even lie and say I don't watch it, because I have watched it from time to time, and I'm just like, after watching it for so long, I'm just like, I can't watch it anymore because it begins to be too much. I'm like, it just begins to be too much. Now, I will watch an episode, like, if I need a girl fight scene, because it's a lot of those in those shows. I will watch the girl fight scene or argument, anything for my book, for that inspiration. That's what I use that for. And I've said that a lot. I would go to that for some inspiration or some help on this, that, and the other. Would I just sit there and watch it all day? No. My mind just couldn't take it. Now, this is a good point. If you could write a script and it gets picked up by OWN or any other network, what kind of TV script would you write? Would you write it based off of your book? Would you write it to fit the reality TV? What would you go for? Okay, so let me go with, I'm not going to say MTV because I don't know what to say about MTV. So, the network that Love and Hip Hop is on, what would you write for that network?
I would write something ratchet and drama filled.
I kind of figured you would say that, because now that's basically what that network is geared to now. Now, for OWN, what would you write for that network?
I would write something drama. I would write something like my book sold into marriage.
Mm-hmm. Now, to make this question even more of the difficulty, let's add in the money factor to it. If you were propositioned more money for OWN, or even more money for VH1, what would you go with to showcase your work with the money factor involved?
I would go with OWN.
Yeah, I would.
Reason being is I have a power list.
Mm-hmm.
Oprah's on my power list. Next to Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett. There's a lot to learn by studying certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, it wouldn't be about a money thing. It would be more about a lesson thing. I don't necessarily need the dollars when I can get the information and make my own money.
Right.
And multiply that into whatever I need because I have the ideas, I have that knowledge. You know, I sat down and talked with these people versus you just cutting me a check and I'm just writing for a check.
You're right about that. You are very much right about that. Now, I would, like you said, I would do the same thing. I would pick OWN because that's the type of work that is associated with me. The drama and the romance and the slight action or a little bit of gore. That is what is associated with me, just like that is associated with you. So, if you were to pick the other option and then you had readers or viewers to be like, well, this isn't what she usually writes or something like that, why did she gravitate towards this? You know, what if you got that negative review to it? You know, would that have made you want to, if you did go with that, would that make you change your mind or anything like that? Because for me, it would change my mind. Like, what did I do that for? Did I just do that for the money? Because I'm saying this because there is a lot of authors who would choose making the money over their books. Like, they'll just write anything, the same go-to book, just to get their check, their royalty check. Then you have the author who writes because they love it and they don't care about the check that they get. They writing because they love it and that's their job. You know what I'm saying?
The money is a perk.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't speak for any other author or how they feel, but for me, it's a perk. I'm an entrepreneur. I know how to hustle and make money. So I'm gonna write what I want to write because no matter what, there is an audience for that somewhere, and I just have to find that audience. It might not be my current audience I'm dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that like my books that have a bunch of drama and fighting and betrayal and sex and all of that in it. It might not be that audience. It might be an audience that I gotta work a little bit harder to find, to penetrate. But they're out there. There's always something for everyone out there, and you just have to find those people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to, as you said, go with the flow because it's what's selling, it's what people want, but you're only geared to one group of people.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Mm-hmm.
And me as a person, knowing that I write because I love to write, I want to write, the money is a perk. Yes, it's good to have a royalty check each month that covers my bills and I can live comfortably and take care of me and my 4 children. It's wonderful. But I don't see myself as that stagnant person.
Mm-hmm.
If my check only depended on it
That's a very good point.
Because I see a bigger vision, I see something greater for Pamesh, the brand, and the person. I can't just stick with that one way.
I totally agree. Now, I agree exactly with what you said. I agree with that. Now, I love asking authors this question because it gives me a further insight into the author. Now, it's going to be a two-part question. Now, where do you see yourself as an author in 10 years?
New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller, Pamesh. I see myself. I see them branding a production company. I want to write movies. I want to write TV shows. Still want to be an author, but I see myself more into production and writing for networks and movie companies.
Love that. Now, the second part of the question is, if you were not an author now, what would your career of choice be? What would you be doing at this time?
I'd be a lawyer.
I see that in you, that want to discuss, that want to prove a point and show your point. I see all that. So those answers really show me what kind of author you are and striving to be in the near future. Because now that you put that out, it's definitely going to happen. Because your books, I can already tell, is going to be a storyline for, that's why I said that, storyline for a script, movie, miniseries, web series. I see that. I definitely see that. Now, how many books do you think you'll have published in 2019? Will you have be coming out with? This is what I should say. That is what a full-time author really is. That's a beautiful goal of books, I must say. Now, at this time, this is the time where you can give your shout out and, tell any author anything you want to tell them that you haven't. Shout outs to anybody you want to. This is your high time.
I have to give a shout out to my lethal pen divas, Nikki Giovanni, Renee Key, Octavia Grant, and my Luca right there. She's my biggest in my ear supporter, and Tamara Griffin. Randy Coxton, he's another author who I should chat with, and he's become a friend over the year. Like, he's definitely kept me motivated during those lows. Being an author, you go through your peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
My other 10 sisters, author Shanta, and Crystal Yvette, have been big supporters for me. I've met a lot of people during this year, so it's so many people that have just been, they rooted for me even when I didn't know they were rooting for me. So I have to thank all of those people. I thank you and Felicia Ann for giving me the wonderful logo. I I knew I was going to have a brand, and you guys always came through with something wonderful to just even beyond my imagination. I'm like, I need a logo. You guys are right there. So I definitely have to give you and Felicia again a shout out.
Definitely, that is my job, to help with any creation that you see fit. I loved having you on the show. I will gladly love to have you on here again to talk about those near future of your 36 books. Love to have you back on the show again. But it's time to say goodbye. I love you guys. She loves you guys. Have a nice night.